board, honored guests, faculty, former faculty, students of Brother Rice High School, parents, friends, and most importantly this evening, graduates. It is my pleasure, on behalf of all of us here at Brother Rice High School, to welcome you here this evening to the graduation exercises of the class of 1919. Not so many years ago, these young men and women who sit before you this evening came through the doors of this building as students for the first time. They were a different group. Boys and girls, together in the same class, Brother Rice High School, the likes of which had never been heard of before. But you survived. Indeed, you excelled. We welcome you here this evening and your families to share in the celebration of this occasion, the graduation from high school. My wish for you this evening is that each and every one of you is much better able to face the challenges, and sometimes rather difficult challenges of our world as a result of your years and experience here at Brother Rice High School. I would now like to call on Grace to come forward and blow a blessing on the gathering.
Let us pray. Loving Father, we praise you for your glory. We thank you for your many gifts. We thank you for the gifts of parents and guardians, of teachers and pastors who have enabled these young people to come to this moment of graduation. Keep them all aware that they are members of your family. Look with love upon these graduates and bless them as they move forward in life. May your Spirit preserve and multiply their many gifts and talents and enable them to use them for your glory and for the good of all people. Loving Father, we make this church confidently through Christ our Lord.
Before we are entertained by the Brother Rice Jazz Choir and a couple of greetings, I'd like to call on Mr. Brian Shortwell, Superintendent of the Roman Catholic School Board for St. John's, to bring greetings from the school board.
Thank you, Mr. Walsh. Mr. Grace, Brother Taylor, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, students, and most importantly of all, graduates for the Rice. I would like to express the regrets of the chairman of the Roman Catholic School Board for St. John's, Mr. Paul Stapleton, for his absence this evening. Mr. Stapleton, as I am, is a graduate of this particular school, and last year he looked forward very much to being able to visit the graduation ceremonies and was hoping to be back with you again this year. Brother Rice is a school of great history and tremendous accomplishments. As a school district, we're very proud of Brother Rice and the efforts that it has made, and we're very proud of your accomplishments, and I congratulate you for it. You people recall, students and graduates this evening, that last spring, somewhere around May or June, you were asked by the school board to complete a survey questionnaire, something that had to do with strategic planning, and something that asked parents, and students, and teachers their views about our school district and its needs and so forth. One of the questions questionnaire was completed by approximately 2,011 students, your graduating class in Brother Rice and our 9 other high schools. And I'm just going to take a minute to let you know the results of one of those particular questions. It had to do with what you saw as the most important purpose for school. And I was very interested to see the results of this from you after 11 years or 12 years of attendance with us. 99% of the respondents indicated that the teaching of basic skills was extremely important. 98% felt that the job of the school should be to prepare people for post-secondary education. And I suppose that's not surprising when you think about education at school and tests and exams and so forth. But 96% talked about the importance of school in teaching you decision-making, correct decision-making skills. 94% talked about the importance of school as something whereby you learn to tolerate and cooperate with others. And I thought it was a tremendous example of the true purpose of the schools in our school district. Because we don't see our schools as merely dispensers of facts and dispensers of information. We see education as a means of providing you with certain values, certain understandings, and certain skills with which to better integrate your life with what you believe in and where you're going, so you can make the correct decisions, and you can live properly and comfortably with others, and you can contribute to society. And my hope and prayer for you tonight is that as you look back upon your 13 years of schooling, kindergarten to grade 12, and all the experiences that are there, that hopefully what we have given you is a contribution to that very, very essential human skill, that very, very essential set of values necessary for productive adult life. I wish that for you tonight. I wish you well on behalf of the school board for a very successful future, and I congratulate you on your achievement. Thank you.
Particularly the Minister of Education, who unfortunately couldn't make it tonight. I would like to extend his congratulations. I will not be giving a speech, so you'll be happy to hear that. But strictly, congratulations and wishing the students all the best. I would also like to, also congratulate parents. People are critical people at times like this. I'm pleased, that the minister couldn't make it, because I feel that this is a very historical occasion, which I'm sure somebody will refer to at some point tonight, and that this is the first co-ed graduation. And I think these particular students are to be commended for the way that took place and how it was handled. So I would like to extend my very sincere personal congratulations to the students, I guess for a number of reasons. Particularly to wish you all the best in your future plans. A lot of you, I'm sure, have decided already what your plans will be and are well started, because I genuinely feel that the students graduating today have an awful lot more going for them than when I graduated. I feel that the students are a lot more mature, a lot more confident, and have a lot more competency. That is very nice to see. If the staff of the Department of Education can in any way give any help to any of you, I assure you that we are there for that. Please feel free to call any of them. Phone numbers are all available in the book. Can't guarantee you any real direct assistance, I suppose, in direct time, but certainly any questions or insight or counseling you may need, it is available. Again, congratulations on behalf of the minister, particularly my own personal congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's time to be entertained. We are going to hear some selections from the Brother Rice Jazz Choir. As they're setting up, I'll tell you just a little bit about the Jazz Choir. The Jazz Choir was formed just this year under the direction of Ms. Jacinta Mackey Graham. They had their first performance actually this December, a delightful performance at Holy Heart for our Christmas concert, combined concert for Holy Heart and Brother Rice. We're very proud of this choir, and we hope you enjoy the entertainment. They will be doing 2 selections, Fly Little Bird and Return to Music. So we hope you enjoy it. On my far right, you certainly know all the students as probably Mr. Celtic, but he is the organizer and the driving force behind the annual Celtic Citizens Week, and an honored guest here this evening, Mr. Sean O'Leary. Monsignor Dennis Walsh, the Vicar General for the Archdiocese of St. John's and pastor of the Basilica Parish. Very happy to have him on the stage. You already met Mr. Shortland, Sir Brian Shortland, the superintendent of the RC School Board for St. John's. Brother Taylor, the principal of Brother Rice High School. His Grace, Archbishop Penny, the Archbishop of St. John's. Next to the Archbishop is Brother Yale, the provincial for the Canadian province and Christian Brothers, and also a former principal of Brother Rice High School, which has a vested interest in the school, I'm sure. Next to Brother Yale is Dr. Edward Turpin Downey, whom you already met, the Assistant Deputy Minister of Education. Back on my right again, Mr. Pat Hogan, maybe the people in the back would just stand so it can be seen. Mr. Pat Hogan is the principal of St. Bonds, one of the feeder schools of Brother Rice High School. Next to Mr. Hogan is Brother Holden, no stranger to this graduating class. Next to Brother Holden is Father Paul Lutrigan, the chaplain of the high school. Moving along, Mrs. Olivia LaCour, the president of the Parent-Teacher Association. Next to Mrs. LaCour, again no stranger, and Mr. Bill Hogan, the outgoing vice president of the school. Brother Cecil Fritz, the principal of Pat's Hall and one of the feeder schools of Brother Rice. Mr. Michael Keogh, representing the Keogh family, presenting a scholarship this evening. And Mr. Sandy LaCour, husband of Olivia LaCour, PTA. I'm glad that all of you could make it have this evening to share this evening with us. Right now, I'd like to call on our principal, Brother Taylor, to deliver remarks to the graduates. Your Grace, Dr. Turpin Downey, Mr. Shortler, staff members of Brother Rice High School, Reverend Fathers, Reverend Brothers, parents and friends of Brother Rice, and most especially this evening, the graduates of Brother Rice of 1990. Well, first, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you as the first coeducational graduating class of Brother Rice High School. It's a truly significant event which marks the beginnings of a new tradition at Brother Rice, and it also brings closure to a time-honored history of accomplishment of Brother Rice as a, quotes, all-boys school. In ushering in a new era, let me pay tribute to the men and women who have served the educational, the cultural, the religious, and in so many ways, the human needs of our students over the last 28 years. Any school is only as strong as the level of dedication of its staff to the pursuit of excellence in all things. Brother Rice is strong because that level is high among our staff. I have not, in my many years in the field of education, and these gray hairs give significance to that, I have not encountered a collection of men and women that have shown a greater sensitivity to the needs of students than the men and women who form the staff of this school. I feel it is my first duty here tonight to honor them and to encourage them to persist and to persevere in that quest for excellence. It's very customary at gatherings like graduations to welcome new teachers and also to give particularly graduates some indication as to where some of the former staff members have gone. At this time, I'd like to acknowledge new members and new positions of the Brother Rice staff. Mr. John Walsh, the former head of the English department, who is our MC this evening, and is very well known, I'm sure, to all of the graduates, is presently assistant principal. Mrs. Yvonne Manning, who was here last year, is here this year as a full-time member of our staff with the math department and is also in the transition program. Miss Marilyn Doyle is religious education coordinator and also with the math department. Our music department is in good shape. This year we have, with the music department, Mrs. Jacinta Graham and Miss Michelle Dim. They share the duties of the music department, and their efforts can be appreciated here this evening. They are building on the work of Miss Long from last year. Mr. Gerald Hall
and Mr. Rudy Singleton, our new teachers who are attached to the English department. Mr. Leo Converse is a regular member of our staff this year. Mr. Bill Ruby is our educational therapist, and Mr. Brian Fitzgerald is a teacher in special services here at the school. These complete the list of new teachers at Brother Rice. Now, in welcoming the new, I'd like to acknowledge those staff members who are no longer at Brother Rice, but whom you remember from last year, years previous. Brother Holden, who you well know and you see on the stage here, and Brother McHugh, are both assigned to the team that administers our province, our Canadian province, the Christian Brothers. Mr. Holden, who is also on the stage, is now principal down at Torbay at Holy Trinity School. Miss Valerie Long got married over the summer, and she's moved away to Ottawa, and we wish her well. Mr. Bill Whitman has retired, and is no doubt enjoying a well-deserved rest. Mr. John Henneberry is presently coordinator of cooperative education with the Roman Catholic School Board. That is a new position which has opened, and Mr. Henneberry is the coordinator of that. This is Judy McCann, who's presently in Prince Edward Island. Mr. Terry Hollett, who is educational therapist. Last year, he's still in the employ of the Roman Catholic School Board. And Mr. Bernard Griffin is teaching on the west coast of the province. It's good to update at times, just to kind of keep contact, or at least to have some indication as to where some of the old teachers have gone. Education is certainly one of the more controversial and newsworthy topics in our province at this present time. From curriculum to cutback, from constitutionality to contractual discussion, from duplication to denominationalism, there is a continuum of debate over what best serves the youth of this province in this arena. At Brother Rice, we are endeavoring to keep pace with the needs of students who find themselves in different phases of the spectrum of learning. While continuing to offer a solid program to students in what we call the regular program, we have engaged in a twofold thrust to assist those who find themselves on either side of the regular program of studies. We will be initiating in September of '91 an enrichment program in several areas of study, namely math, science, social studies, and English. This enrichment program will stress university preparation and will involve enhancement of the present curriculum, as well as initiation of advanced concepts in existing courses. This is an exciting and a challenging area and can only help students to cope with the demands that university studies bring. We have initiated a work-study program, which in conjunction with the Department of Immigration and Employment and under the sponsorship of the Congregation of Christian Brothers, sees to the educational needs of some 20 students who have dropped out of school and have returned, or students who are engaged with dropping out of school. This program is overseen by two full-time teachers, Mrs. Pauline Emerald and Mrs. Mary Ann Lee. These, combined with our regular program, our transition program, our regular work study program, and special education programs, make it an effort to meet the needs of as many students as possible. There are, however, some fears and concerns that are being experienced In the light of present-day policies and strictures being put in place, looking ahead only a short distance down the road, we ask ourselves questions like, will we be capable of carrying on these programs in the light of planned cutbacks on finances and teachers? Is enhancement of curriculum a realistic goal to pursue at this time? The probably more concern, will, quote, values education give way to a more secular form of education in the name of economics? These questions are one of genuine and sincere concern, not of criticism. I believe many share the concern. Let our hope be that the priority of values is retained by those who have the authority and the power to make decisions and to turn these decisions into law. Among the many facets of development of the person as it relates to wider concepts of education, or wider concepts of education than merely academics, is the need and the opportunity that students, and indeed all of us, require for spiritual growth, the growth and development of us as persons and as self-accepting individuals. Such programs as retreat programs for students, opportunities to enhance development as a caring person by involvement in public service programs, organization of lectures and workshops among students of different areas in schools that have the purpose of developing the entire individual. The list is endless. Require pastoral ministry that will be part of the fabric of a school. Pastoral ministers will have a mandate which would be primarily to see to these stated needs. The Roman Catholic School Board has expressed and is sensitive to this need. We at Brother Rice are hoping that the restraints of numbers in teacher allocations will not impede initiatives planned by the Board to confront this important need. I would like at this time to congratulate the graduates who are seated before me. Congratulations to all who have successfully completed the high school program, and congratulations, I guess in particular, to those students who are recipients of scholarships and awards. One just has to look at the program to see that the list is very impressive and it speaks well of the initiative and the industry and sense of purpose of many of our graduates. Well, to acknowledge the presence here this evening of members of the Brother Rice Parent Teachers Association. It goes without saying that parental involvement in education is not only desirable, it's absolutely necessary. The role of parent as prime educator can never be diminished, and it must always be respected. I thank those parents who participate in the Brother Rice PTA, and I invite and encourage parents to become involved in this organization. A problem which many high schools and elementary schools are encountering across Canada, across this province, and across the United States is one of school attendance. We are aware of and we're concerned about this problem as it impacts on Brother Rice High School. I'm not referring to legitimate absenteeism, but I refer to the passionate attitude on the part of some students towards regular attendance. We have discussed this problem as a staff, and we have initiatives in place to confront this problem in this new year. However, it is a problem of much wider dimensions than pertains to individual schools. casual absenteeism has numerous variables which contribute to its existence. We see some steps in the solution of this problem as being more challenging curriculum, a greater sense of purpose for succeeding academically. That's important. More practical legislation might help. Greater parental involvement would be most probably help. The development of a disposition in generating hope for the future is another very, very important step in this solution. There are numerous others. In closing, let me wish one and all, on behalf of the students and the staff of Brother Rice, a belated 8 days old, but sincere 1991. I hope you were showered with God's blessings, and I show you all hope that peace is reigning in the world, so as in our hearts. Let's pray that 1991 be remembered as the year of compassion. My wish to the graduates here this evening is that you pursue and achieve real meaning in your personal lives. That your efforts be rewarded, especially by a genuine sense of self-fulfillment, which is its own reward. And that in focusing your lives, which we all need to do very often, to focus our lives, that in focusing, that you see God as a clear, distinct, and an integral part of the vision that it is your destiny and your quest to become. Thank you for your attendance and participation in God's.
Lynn J. Anstey. Street 3201. Elaine E. Bear. Jody Dillard. Brian P. Callahan. David Campbell. Roisin E. Carew, winner of the Subrat Jain Memorial Scholarship for exemplifying qualities of compassion, sensitivity, understanding, and kindness toward fellow students, teachers, and staff. Andrea M. Clancy, winner of the Knights of Columbus. Heather L. Conway, graduated with honors, winner of the Joseph E. Mulrooney Memorial Award for Rice Woman of the Year, which is the highest award given to a Lady Celtic. Co-president of the Student Council for 1989-90, most spirited player for girls soccer, winner of the Mary C. Law Scholarship, valued at $500 and class valedictorian. Susan could not be with us this evening. She got a year last year. She has a good set of ball. Charmaine M. Cox. Douglas J. Crane, who did an outstanding job as co-president of the Student Council last year. Mark I. Cutler, Christopher Darlington, winner of the Arts and Letters competition, black and white photography, first place. And his twin, believe it or not, Claudia L. Darlington. William Ditton, winner of the Cleary Shea Memorial Award for the most spirited and dedicated athlete at Brother Rice High School. And also most spirited player in senior boys softball. Christopher T. Duty, graduated with honors. Kelly and Grover. Craig A. English. Catherine A. Fisher. Andrew Fitzpatrick could not be with us this evening. He graduated with honors and was the winner of the $100. Kelly L. George. Donald B. Gooby. Patrick A. Gulliver. Raymond Halley, graduated with honors, highest mark in French, 3201. Christopher Hawley could not be with us this evening. Graduated with honors, is attending the Francis Xavier University in Nova Scotia. Received some Francis Xavier entrance scholarship valued at $1,250. David A. Hearn, graduated with distinction. Brendan Hickey could not be with us this evening. He's serving with the Canadian Armed Forces, now stationed in Ontario. Robert D. Hogan. Stella Jackson. Currently working and assisting underdeveloped third world countries. I believe Sebastian is currently in Africa. Glenn Lawrence also could not be with us this evening. He is presently attending flight training school in the United States. Michael J. Mulroney. Graduated with honors, highest mark, and valued at $500. Ronald J. Power, highest mark in Phys Ed, 3100, and the most valuable player in Brother Rice softball, 3203. World Problem, 3204. Advanced Writing, 3103. Music History, 3101. Winner of the QB Local 569 scholarship valued at $300, and a winner of the Electoral District scholarship valued at $1,000 for the District of Waterford, Kenmount. Andrew M. Rossiter, graduated with honors, highest mark in religion, 3108, biology, 3201, chemistry, 3202, physics, 3204, World Geography 3202. He had a perfect attendance and received an award for that last year. Winner of the William F. Fitzgerald Memorial Award as Riceman of the Year, which is the highest honor that can be bestowed upon a Riceman. Yes, but I have a souvenir program done with it included for Heather. Edward J. Smith. Michelle Squires. Krista May Thornhill. Jamie E. Tilley. Jennifer L. Wall. Winifred A. Wells, graduated with distinction, highest mark in nutrition, 3100. Gerald Scott Whalen. Blair White could not be with us this evening. Blair is attending university at St. Frederick in senior basketball. He was also the male athlete of the year. And as a level 2 student, which is quite a feat, he was also athlete of the year for 1989. He won the St. Francis Xavier University Athletic Scholarship valued at $1,000. The Provincial Government Department of Recreation, Culture and Youth Athletic Award valued at $500. And as I mentioned, is currently attending St. Francis Xavier University of Nova Scotia and regrettably could not be here. I believe his parents are here this evening. So they will certainly have 201. Statistics 3104. Arts and Letters Competition, Poetry Senior Division, first place and second place. The Prose Senior Division, first place, and an Electoral District Scholarship valued at $1,000. Robert J. Williams.
Your Grace, distinguished guests, members of the faculty, parents, and my dear graduates. May I begin by saying how delighted I was to have been asked by Brother Taylor to speak to the graduation class this evening. He assured me when he called 2 weeks ago that I was the first choice, and I was not way down the list. I'm amazing to hear that. I'm pleased because it marks the first formal occasion at Brother Rice High School that I have attended since leaving here in 1984. Very simply, it's great to be back here. My years at Brother Rice High School were happy and challenging ones, and I look upon them as a high watermark in my life as a Christian brother. I thank you for indulging me for a few moments in those personal comments, but the graduates are the focus of this evening's event. And permit me at the outset to join my voice to the richly deserved chorus of congratulations that have been directed toward you this evening.
Graduation from high school is a very special achievement. It stands on its own merits, and it should not be measured against any other achievement that may await you. In order to reach this level of accomplishment, you have both acquired and demonstrated qualities that are vital to people who will live lives that have dignity and that contribute to the well-being of our sisters and brothers on this earth. Be justifiably proud of what you have accomplished. When I sat down to prepare for this address this evening, I amused myself. Just suppose you were asked by a group of young people for your advice about life, and they promised to take what you had to say fairly seriously. At least they promised to listen to what you had to say. I asked myself, what would I say to them? And a flood of thoughts came in, but I settled on 3 recurring themes, and I hope, therefore, that they are worthwhile offering. I would like to say to such a group in 1991 3 things. First of all, set about to restore trust between and among people. Second, be lifelong learners and thinkers. And third, be open to that divine or spiritual spark which is in you. May I be permitted to touch very briefly on each of the things. The first one is to set out to restore trust. No age has been immune from breach of trust, but we seem to live in an era where there is an epidemic of this failure. Sadly, we do not have to look at the inside traders of Wall Street, for example. The allegations against, and in some instances the criminal conviction of people in our own midst whose duty it was to protect and care for others is numbing and has gravely undermined confidence. You may rightly say that this is not your problem or doing nor correct. But may I be so bold as to suggest that you are very much a part of solving the problem. And you indeed may be the ones, in fact the only ones, who can restore trust. Therefore, I appeal to you to be people of unfailing honesty. Be rigorous about determining what is right, not who seems to be right. And in all of your dealings and relationships, place principle or personal profit. Very simply, without trust, life becomes unlimited. Your fidelity, your faithfulness to promises, friends, neighbors, church, school, places of work, will go a long way to rebuilding much damaged trust. Second, I would encourage those people to be lifelong learners and thinkers. Recently, I was edified and humbled when an 83-year-old gentleman, officially retired for many years, but still helping with family business on a daily basis, told me that he is going to learn computers so that he can be of more assistance to the company. His desire to learn was edifying. I was also humbled because it was only last month that I tackled a fax machine. Hardly as accomplished as yourself. Unfortunately, our own lack of desire is very often the obstacle that prevents lifelong learning. I appeal to you to keep the flame of learning alive, even if it is to be aware of the things that you don't know or understand. Hand in hand with learning is thinking, reflecting, pondering, call it what you will. A couple of years ago, one of our national television networks ran an ad that had a commentator saying words to this effect.
In an increasingly complex world, it is my job to ensure that you understand the issues. What are these? You, obviously with the help of other people, think for yourselves. Isn't it curious how quickly individuals are prepared to comment with an air of authority on almost any issue? Be honest about informing yourself, reflecting with others, reflecting by yourself. Because intellectual honesty is very much a part of what is needed in restoring the trust that I mentioned earlier. The third thing I would like to say to these young people would be that we have a divine or a spiritual element that must not be neglected. In a recent book, a well-known priest psychologist, Father Adrian Van Ham, described how he tried, as a young seminarian, to assist a group of people who were in hiding in Holland during the Second World War after the Nazi invasion. The group consisted of people from many faiths, but all had one thing in common: lives that were shattered by war and atrocities. He wrote, "For them, the future seems hopeless. The only hope I can enkindle in them is faith in a higher power. We close our ears and try to hear inwardly the barely audible music of eternity. It is my firm belief that the music of eternity plays ever so gently in your hearts. Take the time to be still, to listen, to know. There is a God whose love never fails. Seek honestly to know and love the very center of your being." As I close, I thank you for your kind attention. I congratulate you, your parents, and your teachers. My prayer is that all of you will grow constantly in wisdom and grace, that you may live lives that are characterized by dignity, peace, and a genuine love of God, as reflected in your care and concern for your sisters and brothers who travel with you on the road of life. Thank you very much.
Honorable guests, teachers, parents, friends, and most especially my fellow graduates. Here tonight, I should be saying something profound, something life-changing, and something omniscient for some of my age. But what can I say to a group of young women and men who, for the most part, are experiencing real life for the first time and are saying, "Make it stop." I could say education is the answer for all of us, risking people here saying, "Who does this girl think that she is?" preaching to each of us what education we should have. Then again, I could say, we all should experience the world through work and travel, and there would be parents wishing a hook would reach out and pull me off the stage. But my message tonight has nothing to do with what we should or shouldn't be doing. That's an individual decision each of us has to make on his or her own. Rather, my statement is a wish for happiness for each of my fellow graduates here tonight. Who can't remember Mr. O'Day's flex while writing notes on the board? Fitz being Fido the dog on slave day. Mr. Murray falling off the ski lift in Clarenville. Jody's shower in chemistry class. Mr. Hickey's electric shocks in physics class. Or the infamous moment Andrew Rossiter finally getting his license. These are some examples of the happiness and humor we all share while here at Federation. As the first graduating co-ed class in Brother Rice, we were and always will be a special class. No other group of students can boast the friendships we shared, both in good times and bad. The fun we had while sitting in the bleachers, watching Mr. Cook yell to the megaphone, cheering the various teams, practices for choices, and just plain being loud and full of spirit at the infamous Celtic Citizens Week. That's what we were, a class of spirit and pride. I could go on forever about the good times we've all had, and it's those times we will all look back upon and remember about this high school. Yet tonight signifies a night of moving on. It is the last time we will all be together, and tonight we bid farewell to our high school. On behalf of the graduates, I would like to thank every single person here who aided in the happiness we found. The teachers for their patience and guidance when we asked that stupid question or for that extra hour of help after school. To the secretaries for understanding all those silly excuses for being late after lunch or just letting us use that office phone one last time again. And to any other person who in some way helped us, I express a heartfelt thanks. Finally, I would like to read a poem written a few years ago by a friend of mine, which I think is most fitting for our school. Here I stand majestic, and have for many years. I have been here through the good times, the hard times, and the tears. On the outside, I am regal, maybe a crack here or there. And on the inside, I am homey, with a bit of dust on my stairs. I consist of many classrooms, many pictures on my walls. I am Brother Rice High School. The name says it all. Sometimes I do remember that long-gone, ancient past, which has fled on oh so quickly, which has disappeared oh so fast. I have witnessed every talent show. I have watched the stars rise. I have seen all who performed upon my glorious stage with stars within their eyes. I have sat through every basketball game. I've seen victory and defeat. I've been through all those special moments I wish history could repeat. Alas, I have grown much older now, as the years have passed me by. When I think of students who've been and gone, it brings a tear to my eye. The pictures upon my walls, you see, are only memories of the past. Students, teachers, brothers all who've made my spirit last. And through the darkest, coldest day, when the snow begins to fall, I seem to forget my words when I hear the young women and men call. Yes, it makes me smile a wide grin as I hear their joyful song, which has been sung for many a year in my heart that has been carried out so long. And through the harshest weather I stand, an unbeatable place, full of history and glory that nothing can replace. And if in time I crumble, I break under weary strain, or if I stand in a deserted place where nothing does remain, I hope you all should remember me, the peaceful school that once stood, that never swayed once in a windstorm, built by the Lord of strong stone and wood. Until that time, embedded in me, within my heart so true, remain those still unfaded colors, the wine and the gold true. Thank you.